Studios, and we are back with another live stream inside of the city. We're back today to do some more building, hopefully, depending on what we can find to do, because unfortunately guys, it might be a bit exciting slash disappointing for you, but Park Drive is actually completed, in terms of it now goes all the way to the end of a street, and it's now filled up with houses going right the way down, which is quite interesting. There's also a lot of houses down that way as well, which I will get to you guys to show you in a moment. So we built this one on stream, and it turned out pretty nice. I really like the way it looked. It's pretty decent-ish on the inside, and it's got a little kitchen extension. It's quite a nice looking house. I definitely like the way it looks. Then after that, I built this house, which is a bit of a bigger house. It's a double garage house. The only thing we need to do is put the pathway around to the backyard. There's also a wrestling ring in the back garden, and I don't know what this is going to be, but I will say, some people, when they come to get an inside of a house, they do try and go a little bit too sort of like extreme with the kind of houses it is. Like they must have a hot tub in the garden, they must have a wrestling ring. Like, I'm cool with doing it, but in terms of like what I would find a realistic sort of kind of thing for these kind of houses, like what I'll probably do in mine is there's a little conservatory, and what I'll do in my garden is probably just put a garden shed and a greenhouse or something like that, a lawnmower, and maybe a trampoline, not a full-size swimming pool and wrestling ring. So that's just my opinion, but they all look very nice, these houses. Then we also built this one on the corner, so this now goes here. There's a window there. I just need to basically put a phone box and bench on here, which we can probably build the phone box now. The phone box isn't going to take that much to build, so if we just go up by 2, and then if we get some red glass, and then if we do a little something like that.
Did you just say red rock?
No, red. I was meant to say glass, but I said grass. Then we'll put this here. Talk time. Talk time phone, and then we'll do something we'll do 50p per call. So you've got 50p per call, and then we'll get a bit of wood, and we'll go like that. And that can be it. That can be where the thing goes. So there we have it. I quite like it. So I built this house on the corner. It looks very nice in my opinion. It's a bit of a smaller house though. It is smaller, you can definitely tell. This one's only got a little miniature backyard. And then in here I'm probably just going to put a load of bins, because that might be like an ideal thing to do. Just put like a load of bins or something like that. That sort of thing. And then I might just do like a little gateway to get to a load of bins here, which will be pretty nice. Then you've got this cul-de-sac down here, which there's going to be a park at this side, and then there's kind of already something here, which yeah, okay Steve, that's fine. So basically this cul-de-sac's kind of been ruined just because of that house, but it's not that bad. Oh yeah, I also did another MC today, because I do them on a Monday and a Friday, but there was this song which I wanted to use, which I've used a couple of times on Facebook already, so I thought like I can do one for YouTube, and it's already had quite a few comments so far. It's going pretty well, but bearing in mind I'm not sure. Oh, it doesn't matter, the comment was on a different MC, but I still put one up today anyway. Which one's this one again? Oh wow, this is the Doiler disc. It's had 1,237 views, and someone's just asked what the tune is. What tune is that? It is the Find Yourself bootleg remix. Okay, so yeah, so it was the bootleg remix. So I'm not really sure what we're gonna put into this big circle anymore, if I'm like completely honest with you. I'm really not like entirely sure what we're gonna do here. So I might take the circle out, or like, you know, little like dead end bit instead, and I might make it just carry on going straight instead, and then we can have a nice entrance for the park. And then in terms of this way, if we continue it going straight from here, you've got all that room here to like do like another like tree area or something maybe, depending on like what goes, you know, what goes on, and you know, depending on what goes down. And we could always like just make this like a straight through road, if you know what I mean, like have it as like an actual straight through road, and then we'll do another Pacific road to have a circle where we can put like basically like houses on the corners, and then we can do the street behind it further back, which might work a little bit better, but you know, it's good to test your ideas. But anyway, we've got these row of houses. Now these houses are all the same. This is like one street where loads of houses are all the same, and they're all to rent. So you basically just rent these houses. You don't buy them, they're all the same, except from like there'll be a different number, like number 1 to number something. But I think I'm going to do it realistically. So basically like at this side you've got like the 2, the 4, the 6 and the 8. And then at the other side you've got the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, if that makes sense. If you look at houses in real life, you sometimes get the sort of like the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and then sort of like the opposite side you get the 2, 4, 6, 8, which would be you know, it's sort of like sort of like a good sort of like thing to do. And then what we could also do, when we're finished with these houses, like when they're gonna end, like so there isn't any more, we could always necessarily put a car park in somewhere for them, maybe not these ones because there might not be much room. It doesn't look like there's much room at these ones. We'll have to see when I get this in, like when I take this circle out to change things about. We might be able to do a little car park just going into here. Yeah, I could picture that being something which would work, in my personal opinion. So we'll give it a go. We'll give our idea a little test and a little taste. So if we bring this along, it's giving us all of that space there. Now that's easy enough just to put a few resident parking places. So this is only for people what live sort of like in the area of the house. So like people who don't live at the house can't park there, unless they're sort of visiting. Like there'll be a couple of sort of like parking places for the people what live there, and then there'll be a couple of like visitors car parks which will be for the people what are maybe visiting someone there, but you can't just come park here for the day if you don't live there. It's like cut to the people what are using that one building, and that's it, kind of thing. But the housing area has gone up really quick, like, because I did say about it, like doing it before we started it, like it was in my mind for a while that, you know, like at this side of the map, even before I went on holiday, I was thinking this side of the map I definitely want to start a residential area, a place for houses, and I always knew I wanted to do it near this Tesco, but I didn't really know like how near I was going to do it. Like right here I was originally going to do it like sort of like where this street is now, instead of having that street there. Pardon?
I've got to call this out.
Why?
Me just being a dick. I ain't gonna curb it.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh wow. Unless that's our curb now. No, we'll keep our curb in. Unfortunately, at the other side of the map, we did do some of the curbs uneven. Like, sometimes we do them 4, then 3. I think if there's a place where I can fix them, like for some, say for example, like if I can like do 4 at each side, then that'll work out alright. But if I can do them 3 at each side, then I'll do it 3 at each side. But if it's sort of like a 4 and a 3, sometimes I can't do it. If like, say for example, like this one here for example, say if this footpath was off compared to what this side was supposed to be, you see how this side has got the space here, you'd be able to add another footpath. But if it has something here, you can't sort of go ahead and do that. So if we fly over to the other side of the map, I'll show you exactly where these issues are going wrong, because we've done it a few times and I see where the issue has been made. Like, I really see where the issue went wrong, and I know who did it. It was actually Noob Killer who did it. Sorry to call you out on the stream, but it was when we were starting the highway for the first time over at the other side of the map, and he made the footpath smaller when we started doing the tunnel, and I didn't notice the mistake at first. You see how this footpath's 3 wide, but then at this side it's 3 wide as well, I think, like that. But they should actually have all originally been 5 wide, every single footpath. Now for example here, like there's another footpath being added to make it a 4, like just there, but you can't actually do it at this side. But they should have all originally been 5 wide, but for some reason, because of this error, we started doing the footpaths wrong. Like for example, this one you can fix it totally fine. You know, you could add another footpath and you'd be all good, another 2, and you would, you know, you'd get that 5 wide. But at this side, you can't actually do that, which is a bit of a shame really, because it ruins the whole aspect of the map. Now it does go back to 5 wide here where I fixed it, but then I realised I couldn't do it at the other side. And then again there's like some other areas like this one here for example, we had to do this one 3, and then we had to do this one 3, and it was basically how we were able to do it. So this one here is 1 2 3 4, but then at this side it's 1 2 3 4 5, see, and then it goes to 2 here, which that was okay because we were going past the building. Then it goes back to the 1 2 3 4 5, it goes back to the 5, but we can't do that at this side. There's a 5 here, but we can't do it at this side. 1 2, well we could if we were to bring a footpath down here, but there's somewhere else where it's been done. What was this one? 1 2 3 4 5, wait, was that 5? 1 2 3, no, that's 4, but we can fix that one easy enough. This one is 1 2 3 4 5, so we can fix that. One's already a 5, but this one here, this is a this is a 4, but we can add it to a 5. But then this one here is a 1, 2, 3, which you could go 4, 5. But then these here, this is a 3, which this one you can go 4, 5. But then when you get to here, you can't go to the 4, 5 because of the buildings get in the way. So you've got to have that lower footpath anyway. But when it gets to places like here, you can make them a 5 wide again, like that. But some of these buildings, they have to stay free because of the way it goes. Like it almost as if they go thinner when you walk past the buildings, and then they get wider. But they should have originally all been 5 wide, and then the footpaths should have been made to the 5 wide, but unfortunately they weren't. I'll TP to you in a second, Steve. So this one here got made a 3 wide, and then this one here, you know, you can't really fix it. So there is like some places where it needs sort of like a good fixing, where we can try and make some of the footpaths 4 wide, and then somewhat have to stay free. Kind of thing, but we need to sort that out and have a look. So I'm going to TP to Steve. Where's the park going, bruv? Okay, so we're changing this street back to a straight road. We're changing it back to a straight road, and basically in this square here, behind this fence, and basically like in this square of a footpath, is going to be a huge grass area. You know, pretty, you know, the whole thing covered in grass, which might take a bit of a while to do, which I'll obviously be helping and working on with. There's going to be a ton of trees, and then there's going to be a little like fenced off area where there's going to be like your swing, your seesaw, your slide, your sort of like climbing frame, that kind of thing. And then there's going to be sort of like a little miniature football pitch, you know, like not like an actual full size one, but sort of like just a couple of little football goalposts, so you can sort of like, you know, you can go and play football with your dad in the park, kind of thing. That's what it's going to be. So we need to build an estate. This is what this is. This whole housing area is an estate. I'm not sure what you mean, really. Because, like, I thought this was a house and estate. Unless you were classing it as just streets with a load of houses, but I was classing it as a house and estate. There's nothing on the sign. There was nothing on the sign. I think if I'd have splashed the sign it would have come through, but oh well. Oh, yeah, what I just said, this is an estate. Alright, you're confusing me now. Hi. I'm getting confused. .com. I really am. About the street thing. Oh, what, you mean the footpath sizes? Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm with you now. Kind of. Yeah, about the footpath sizes. Yeah. Oh, you mean where we need to like sort them out? Yeah, okay. Alright, so this needs to get taken out.